Have you ever fallen for a scam online that cost you money? Do you know how to protect yourself from cybercriminals exploiting the internet? Welcome back to AR Crotch's Technology College. In today's video, we'll explore the different types of cybercrimes people fall prey to, share a case study showing the real impact of these scams, and provide tips to avoid becoming a victim yourself. Let's dive in. Cybercrime is a growing threat that affects millions of people each year. Cybercriminals use the internet and technology to take advantage of victims in a variety of ways, often resulting in devastating emotional and financial consequences. In this video, we will define cybercrime, provide examples of different types of cybercrime, share a case study of a cybercrime victim, offer prevention tips, and emphasize the importance of protecting yourself online. Cybercrime refers to any criminal activity that involves computers, networks, or devices. While traditional crimes may also be carried out online, cybercrimes are crimes unique to the digital space. Some major categories of cybercrime include financial crimes, privacy violations, attacks on infrastructure, and cyberterrorism. Financial cybercrimes like romance fraud, impersonation, and advanced fee fraud target victims' money and sensitive information. Privacy violations like doxing and sextortion aim to exploit personal information and images. Attacks on infrastructure attempt to disrupt utilities, hospitals, and key systems. Cyberterrorism leverages digital networks to incite fear for ideological goals. Romance fraud is a common type of financial cybercrime that preys on people looking for love and companionship. In a romance scam, cybercriminals create fake dating profiles using stolen photos and fabricated details. They build online relationships with their victims and cultivate a sense of trust and affection. Eventually, they ask for money for fake reasons like medical bills, family emergencies, or travel costs. Victims believe they are helping someone they care for and often send thousands of dollars before realizing it was all a scam. Romance fraud causes severe emotional trauma and financial devastation. Another major financial cybercrime is impersonation. Cybercriminals obtain victims' personal information like names, addresses, birthdays, and social security numbers. They use this info to impersonate the victim and commit identity fraud. For example, they may open credit cards or bank accounts in the victim's name and make unauthorized transactions, or they may file a false tax return to steal the victim's refund. Victims can spend months or years repairing the damage. Impersonation destroys people's finances and sense of security. Advanced fee fraud is an infamous type of financial cybercrime. In this scam, cybercriminals convince victims they must pay an upfront fee to receive a much larger sum of money or other grand prize. One common advanced fee scam is the Nigerian prince scam. Victims receive emails claiming to be from Nigerian royalty seeking to transfer millions of dollars. To release the funds, victims must first pay a fee. Another example is lottery scams that tell victims they've won a jackpot, but need to pay taxes and fees before receiving winnings that never actually exist. People have lost tens of thousands of dollars to advanced fee fraud hoping for a big payoff that never materializes. Next, we will examine a real-world case study of cybercrime and its impact on an innocent victim. Sarah, a 65-year-old widow, joined an online dating site after her husband passed away. She connected with a man named Kevin, who claimed to be a widower himself. Kevin seemed attentive and caring over weeks of messaging. He sent photos of himself on construction jobs overseas and spoke lovingly about his daughter. After gaining Sarah's trust, he confessed he had a problem. Kevin claimed he was stranded in Canada after his tools and wallet were stolen. He asked Sarah for $800 to pay his hotel bill and return home. Believing she was helping someone in need, Sarah wired the money. But Kevin continued asking for more funds with various excuses about business troubles and medical bills. Taken in by the scam, Sarah kept sending him money for a total of $42,000 over 2 months. It wasn't until her daughter became suspicious and did a reverse image search that Sarah learned the truth. The photos Kevin sent actually belonged to a random model, not a construction worker. Kevin had completely fabricated his story to con Sarah out of her life savings in an elaborate romance fraud scheme. Sarah was devastated at the deception and betrayal. Her nest egg was gone and her trust in others was shattered. Sarah's story exemplifies how cybercriminals exploit human emotions and connections to profit off innocent victims. Sarah believed she was supporting someone she cared for, only to have that trust betrayed in a deeply damaging way. Cybercrime creates immense emotional stress and trauma, in addition to monetary loss. Victims can feel violated, used, and suffer damage to relationships and mental health. Sarah's self-esteem took a hit, and her grief over her husband became compounded by the fraud. Cybercrime's effects extend far beyond just the financial toll. The most effective way to avoid becoming a victim of cybercrime is being proactive about prevention. You can take several steps to protect yourself online and reduce the risk of cybercrime targeting you. First, use unique and complex passwords for all of your online accounts. Enable two-factor authentication whenever possible as an extra layer of security. This prevents hackers from being able to access your personal information and accounts, even if they obtain your password. Additionally, exercise caution when interacting with anyone you meet through online platforms. Refrain from rushing into sending money to internet strangers, no matter how convincing their story is. Cybercriminals are skilled at manipulating victims into believing they have formed a relationship, when in reality, the scammer has fabricated everything. Be wary of suspicious links and email attachments that could be used to download malware onto your device. This malware grants cybercriminals remote access to your data, network, and computer. Avoid clicking on anything that seems sketchy or comes from an unknown sender. Limit the amount of personal information you share publicly online as well. Details like your full legal name, home address, employer, and birthday can all enable identity fraud if in the wrong hands. Monitor your financial accounts and credit reports regularly for any unauthorized transactions and report suspicious activity right away. Proactive measures like backing up important data and installing updated antivirus software will protect you from ransomware attacks and malware. And most importantly, exercise skepticism anytime you are asked to pay an advance fee to receive money, prizes, jobs, or inheritances. Legitimate opportunities do not operate this way. It's a telltale sign of a scam. Following cybersecurity best practices minimizes your risk of falling victim to cybercrime. But cybercriminals are constantly evolving their tactics, so continued vigilance is key. Protect your online presence and trust your instincts if an offer seems too good to be true. Avoid oversharing and be selective when providing personal details. With caution and skepticism, most cybercrime victimization can be prevented. Cybercrime is a growing danger fueled by the exploitation of technology and human connections. Cybercriminals carry out romance fraud, impersonation scams, and advanced fee fraud, among other schemes aimed at stealing money and information. These crimes have devastating financial and emotional consequences for victims. As demonstrated in the case study, innocent people like Sarah can have their savings erased and trust shattered by elaborate cons. While cybercrime is troubling, following online safety precautions greatly reduces your risks. Being wary of requests for money, guarding your personal details, using strong passwords, avoiding malware, and securing your network are key prevention steps. Remaining vigilant and skeptical online protects you and your finances. I encourage you to be safe online and shield yourself from the far-reaching impacts of cybercrime. Have you picked up any new tips for protecting yourself online after watching this video? What steps will you take to enhance your cybersecurity and avoid cybercrime traps? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. We release new cybersecurity videos every week to keep you informed. The more you know, the safer you'll be online. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.